Well, on that note, I think I'm gonna give you a wait.
Hang on. Alright, go for it.
First, people playing Phasmophobia, just out of curiosity. Oh, that's a sweet VTuber out. Avatar?
Okay.
Somebody's playing Everybody Golf on the Phasmophobia tab, okay.
We should have done that. Done the spooky golf game.
I believe I have it.
I think I do too, actually.
Golf. Yeah, golf with friends.
Yeah. Fuck it. Could have just done that.
Up to you.
No, I've already written the
There's,
thing.
oh boy, a game off my backlog.
I don't know. Let's just chill with Aria of Sorrow. Start recording.
Well,
3, 2, 1. Hey, sorry about that, everybody. I'm back. Phasmophobia just decided, nah. Just, nah. It didn't want to work. And it kept crashing. So we're going to play...
what to do?
We're going to back up game with Aria of Sorrow. Unfortunately, I've already kind of gotten into this game a bit more, so we're just going to go where we go. So, Castlevania Aria
I
of
don't know
Sorrow.
what to say. I don't know, have fun everybody on my side. There we go.
Love that walk. Oh, I should lit up the screen.
Nice.
I'm all discombobulated now.
I'm just half tempted to go down a rabbit hole of, like, what the ghost types were.
This is from the remaster spit, but from like more a few years ago. The more recent remaster was the DS games. This is the GBA collection.
But Aria Sorrow is my favorite Castlevania game.
It's a really fun game. Like, I mean, I've had my fun with the recent with the other two games like Circle of the Moon and Harmony Dissonance. But I've been wanting to play this one for so long because this is the one that I didn't know shit about, but I don't remember who I watched play it, but or do a like like a review on it. But it was their favorite game as well. And I'm just thinking, must be good then, because. And then I heard, obviously I kind of know how this goes, but the one I want to play after this is the sequel to it as well at some point.
Hey, I always sort of discover, like, why do people think it's a step down from Aria Sorrow? Aside from the art.
So yeah, this takes place in 2035. This, I believe, is, at the point when this came out, was the most modern or futuristic Castlevania at the time.
It still is. Well, it and Dawn, I should say. Because, like... I'll spoil it, because, like, it's very... Aerith dies level spoiler at this point. Sorba is Dracula reincarnated.
Yeah, and...
This is Dracula's last chance, and... As far as we know, Dracula actually finally had a happy life via Soma.
Yeah, because he's not constantly being brought back by... Oh, nice. By people that only want him back so that they can exact revenge. Mind you, every time Dracula comes back, it's only because... It's pretty much through, It's stated through, I think, was it Rondo of Blood or Symphony of the Night? That I was called here by humans who wish to give me tribute.
Oh, yes.
And the only reason he acts the way he does is because of the way he's summoned back.
It was not by my hand, I was once more given him flesh.
Actually, something that's brought up in the anime. they actually show off how that works, and which I'm thankful for, because it actually shows like Dracula doesn't want to keep coming back, but it's humans that keep bringing him back.
At first, Dracula just kind of wanted revenge, for what I understand, for his love. But, like, at some indeterminate point, he just got sick of the entire cycle.
Yeah, he just wanted out.
So now he just kind of wanted to do his own thing.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Mostly, I hear the most recent season is very good.
No, it's very what were they thinking when they made it, basically. Art style's good. But it's not good, is the recent series. There's a season 2 coming for it, so maybe that'll fix it. I don't know.
There's also a DMC anime coming,
which honestly looks good.
I keep seeing that Piss is like part of a cinematic universe or animated universe or whatever the term is. And I don't know how I feel like the idea of like multiple different companies in like one big universe. But like at the same time, then I said that out loud. It's also just Project X Zone, so you know what? Maybe it would work.
Oh, God.
But like, cause he got waylaid, I feel I should say, part of why I really love Aria is the soul system. You've seen Jet pick up a couple along the way.
Yep.
It really feels that Disgaea it's... Or like just gaining power like consequentially. Granted, there are some souls that are pains in the fucking ass to get your hands on.
Yep. It's better than Harmony of Dissonance though in terms of the luck shit.
Fair.
Dude, I did Circle of the Moon, and that, trying to find everything, especially getting all the cards, was hard as fuck. I had to go through the fucking arena twice just to get everything. Mind you, it helps that if you have the replay function, you can just get through that shit a lot easier. One of the benefits of the, ooh. Damn it. Of the, remasters. What's down here? I love his walk.
It's the Belmont strut, but not quite. And it's really fitting. Cause like, Soma is not a Belmont.
Well, not until, what was that, Lords of Shadow? In terms of a Dracula becoming Belmont, or Belmont becoming Dracula.
A vague idea of those, but like, I know very little about them.
The problem with that game is, it feels very, not the first one, but the second. No, the first one's pretty good. The second one suffers from the fact that you have all this ability of modern day Dracula, you know, in our modern age, but you do nothing with it. Like, you could have done a lot of fish out of water stuff with that, but they did nothing with it. Money.
I don't know.
$500? I thought I was in Japan. Fuck you, bat.
Wonder, like, throughout all the iterations of Dracula's castle, who restocks the place with items, or how does it get restocked?
Well, it's a creature of chaos. It takes many forms.
Hmm.
Okay, let's go up. So yeah, this game also has an RPG system, so you can level up, get stronger the more you play, the more you defeat shit, which is very beneficial in the long run.
which is a staple of all the Metroidvania Castle. God, that's a weird sentence.
I think that became a
It's a staple of
staple.
all the Metroidvania Castlevanias, to my knowledge.
I think it became a staple with Symphony of the Night. Because, I don't think Rondo of Blood let you do that. And, most of the games before that were just Metroid-esque games. But they, they were hard as balls. Because I like to be doubly sure I get saved. We'll save here as well. Ugh. I want that damn sword.
Yeah. Just like the Sky, Aria sword brings out the kleptomaniac in me.
Oh boy.
Oh boy! Hey viewers!
Away you.
What? I said in Casey's chat the other day that, like, I probably shouldn't make such a running joke of it. At the same time, I have so much fun saying that, oh boy!
$19.99, which will never see that game take place, unfortunately.
Things that I'm torn on. Because on one hand, it would be an awesome Castlevania game. On the other hand, I also feel like it's something that's, like, better left in, like, the imagination.
Yeah.
Because it would be just awesome, or it's always seen as awesome.
And most times it's hard to create something that lives up to that kind of amazement.
Cause, like, when you picture, like, the last stand of Dracula and his forces, you just think, like, EDF or, like, Warhammer set, and, like, well, it's probably not gonna look like that.
Alright.
Like, situation is hopeless until, like, the last possible moments. Or, like, just escalation for the sake of it.
Ow. These things will drop something eventually, but, you know, good luck.
Yes. Every enemy in the game has got a soul, to my knowledge.
Which is better than Circle the Moon, which did not. It was only specific shit.
In case you're wondering, yes, that applies to bosses. The bosses are where this gets really bad.
Yeah, because you have to keep doing it. You have to keep fighting them in order to get it.
And there's one late game that you also have to fight in a specific way. Do I believe with that one, if you fight in a specific way, it is guaranteed drop, thankfully.
Ow.
And also, isn't one of them required for the true ending?
Probably.
I want to say the Succubus, but I'm not sure if that was a boss in this game.
Did we ever know what happened to Alucard in that?
We meet Alucard, don't we?
What, in this game?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Probably meet Alucard and Aria. Yeah, we do. It's got bits and suit.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, but for a long time, Alucard just wasn't around. Now, granted, at the end of Symphony 9, he runs off. Depending on your ending, though, he'll run off and just want to be alone. And just thinking, oh, I do not deserve to live, blah, 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 blah. However, if you got an ending with you can also get the ending where if you explore everything of the castle, get 100%, Maria will run off with him and help and follow him to, I guess, state that he was never alone and he had someone to accompany him.
If I do Symphony of the Night, I kept trying to call it Aria Sorrow for some reason. That's the another reason. If I were to do Symphony of the Night, that's the ending that I'm gonna go for.
Yeah. I'd rather see Alucard be happy than constantly tormented by himself. There's more to do here, but you gotta get more powers. Or abilities, anyway. So I'll have to come back.
Also, because I'm looking on the Castlevania wiki, apparently I am wrong. Apparently Castlevania Grimoire of Souls is the last Castlevania game in the timeline. I was not aware that game was canon.
At least it's not Judgment. Judgment was such a fucking...
That the one with the Bleach character designer?
No, Death Note. If it was the Bleach character designer, everyone would have looked good.
I mean, I think the Death Note designs are cool. It's just like it doesn't fit.
No, it does not fit Castlevania. That's the problem. That being said, oh, imagine the tits he'd give specific female characters. That man can draw women in a way that's just incredible. And also still make them really well-made characters.
Senua or Pi version.
Hell yeah. Rangiku for life. I'm sorry, but Rangiku's just built different. And it's just like, yes, please. I love how I'm getting more... Granted, it's probably from your raid and that, but there's more viewers here than when I was streaming Phasmophobia, which tells me exactly what I need to not be doing in the future. Ooh, a rapier.
It's weird, because Phasmophobia is... You know, I'm not going to even try anymore.
Phasmophobia.
It's usually a pretty good stream game. That's always a popular category, to my knowledge. I know Spit, I know the art scam lady. I don't know how long they're gonna be following me. Maybe Joe?
Maybe. Hey, Durga. This just might be my type of aesthetic, though.
It's like gothic.
No, just like the types of games I can play that I'm really good at. That I'm good at playing. Because I like Metroidvanias. Don't get me wrong, I don't like all of them because there are some that are like just not my style. Because as much as I like the idea behind Hollow Knight, I don't want to play it.
I do eventually.
It's too Souls-like for me. And I don't mind Souls-like games. Like, mind you, spin-off Souls-like games that are designed to be, you know, take an idea of the formula but do something different with it.
I like Code Vein, but I've never beaten it.
The fuck? There we go.
What is another one that I liked?
Obviously, Stellar Blade is good. I've heard Black Myth Wukong is fantastic.
look really good. Not my kind of thing, but it looks really good.
I love me some Journey to the East stuff. Or Journey to the West stuff. I always say East for some reason. I'm gonna heal.
I don't have a category for Souls likes. Okay.
Yeah. That's the thing.
But
I think
like,
with Souls-like games, if you try too hard to get into them, you're not gonna like them.
to double way back, after the Lego series, if I ever want to do like a big project like that, I have thought about like cleaning up the Metroidvanias I own in a similar style. But like, if I'm gonna do another marathon like the Lego series, it's gonna be after I get monetized.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Nip. I don't care if it is the Metroidvanias. I just want to be monetized if I'm gonna do that kind of thing.
Same if I'm gonna do specific games that of a franchise, but I'm not really interested in playing. I'd rather get like money to play it. It's like with the final Jack game, like Lost Frontiers. I have no problem playing it, but I'm not playing that out of choice. I'd rather put that towards a donation thing.
I'll play it eventually.
There are definitely games that I can just straight up say no, I will not be playing because I just have no interest. And I refuse to play. I refuse to play game series or game genres that just do not interest me. Sorry, that's just who I am.
As a game, I remember Lost Frontier being alright. It's just like it's a horrendously boring game from what I remember.
Which is never a good sign.
Like, there's a phrase in, I want to say theater, where it's like, it's better to be bad than boring.
Yeah.
Lost Frontier is exactly that.
Senran Kagura Marathon once monetized noted.
See, I would gladly do that, but I don't think Twitch would let me.
Oh no, you can do it. It doesn't say anything about you not being able to do it on Twitch.
I believe the first two are banned still, though.
I looked up the games that aren't playable on stream, and Senran was not on them. Was not on that list.
Huh.
Which is weird, because I was also curious about if I could get away with typing of the dead overkill, considering there are titty shots in that, especially towards the end. To
be fair, God of War.
That's true.
Which I've been seeing rumors about like a
6?
remastered collection of like the Greek games. And that's a remastered like I'd be fine with.
Games, probably most sex games basically, Spit. And specific rape games, or just like, or I believe even genital jousting is banned, but for obvious reasons. Ah, healing.
There's a lot of stuff to like.
Oh, and
of course there's on there.
All these Sakura games, the ones that are like visual novel style sexy games, yeah, all banned. I also believe Second Life's banned as well, but that makes sense.
It's not on the list. Oh yes, it is. Yes, it is. I used to, in the Polytech days, Spit will know this is. I used to know a guy who worked on Second Life. Like, way in the early days of it. I always felt sorry for him whenever I talked to him about Second Life, because he would talk about Second Life as it started. This, like, well, Second Life MMO game. My mind would always go to, like, Second Life as this, like, BDSM fantasy that it became. As, like... Part of me desperately wanted to ask, do you know about the state of Second Life now? But with how much passion he would talk about, like, the project, I just did not ever have the heart for it.
When I think back on it, remember when I used to play it, I remember seeing that in order to have sex, you had to buy a penis. And I'm like, what the fuck? What kind of bullshit is that? Dumb shit. Oh. I believe this is the Manticore, yeah. This is the second boss of the game. I'm going to get out of the way.
Yeah, what is the trending for Aria? Or what do you need?
Ah. Oh. Oh, he's dead. Yay!
To get the best possible ending, collect all the ancient books and beat Graham.
Oh, thanks.
I swear you need souls for it. Like, specific souls. What am I thinking of, then?
Oh, fuck off, Fleeman. Hate those they're all throughout all 3 games on this remaster stuff.
Okay, I've seen a conflicting sort. Conflicting source say you need to beat Graham with the Flame Demon soul, the Succubus soul, the giant bat soul equipped.
Yeah, the soul mechanic, while it's interesting, can be obviously the idea is you're gonna need to up your luck stat to get the most out of this.
Which I believe Soma will get naturally, but it has been. I'm just looking at the date, thinking like, fuck, is it 2 decades already? It's like, no, it can't be 2 decades yet.
This is the study. I don't want to explore this yet. I want to find more of the other pieces of the place I haven't seen yet.
The 2004 actually sounds right. Fuck, has it been?
Sphere.
2003. So yeah, about 19 years.
So Fear and Hunger can be streamed based on that list. I believe so.
19 years. God fucking damn it.
Come here.
Like, I'm not a guy that stresses over his age, but like, there's just something. Tiny Devil!
Tiny Devil! Yeah.
This is something so, like, depressing. When you look up your favorite games, it's like, oh, this game is almost 20 years old.
Yeah.
And the worst part is, it's gonna become more and more common from here on out. Don't. It's only downhill from here, I know, right? Though it's a hard pivot. One day I almost want to try Fear and Hunger just to discover what it is.
Lukua, what happened to you?
Ha!
And she's
So I got really sick of Lucas sit one day.
what the fuck? Whoa! Ghost dancers.
Was as a kid, I found these enemies so pretty.
A silk robe. Let's see if we can. Nope, not useful enough. Cool to have, but
Yep.
not useful. Ah! Bitch! Ow! Come back here. I'm not done with you. I'm not finished with you! Damn! Oh.
Something so sweet about, like, couples as ghosts just dancing for eternity.
I feel like I saw that in a movie a while back.
Wide?
No, I'm thinking of Oh, I know what I'm thinking of. Ready Player One had it, where they
Oh, right, that's the thing.
Where they remade the I'm dumb. I'm just gonna, you know, do a little get some health back, because that entire section was stupid. Whoa. It's a secret to everybody. There we go.
So BRB, I'm gonna quickly go pee.
Alright. I need health. I need to play those games. I only played the reboot they did back on the PS3 with the guy they called the Prince with the blue and orange scar headpiece, I think. And I liked it. I know they're remaking or remastering the old Prince of Persia games, and I might pick those up.
At this point, my question is, do they exist to begin with?
I don't know. Well, I heard the
But, like,
recent
even with, like,
Prince of Persia game was really good.
so have I. I feel a little bit sorry for it, because, like, people saw the Ubisoft, which, I mean, they are the guys that make Prince of Persia, to be fair.
Yeah.
They also saw, like, the art style with the character design, just bounced off it. But, like, when the game actually released, it was, like, nothing but good things.
I remember most people just bitching about the fact that the hairstyle is like, oh, this again.
Very
Like,
black stereotype.
no, not like stereotype. More like we've seen this hairstyle for the past 10 years. It started with Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther. He would have that hairstyle, and then some fucking reason, so many black or African American male characters would just recreate that hairstyle or have that hairstyle recreated for their character.
Mm.
And it's just like, all right, it was cool at the beginning. Now it's kind of just like, can we do something different, please?
It's similar to how I feel like the female with, like, the half-saved hair. Like,
Yeah.
well, this was cool at first. Now it's not. Now it's just a cliche.
No, I don't even like seeing it. I don't even like seeing it on normal people, like on real people, because it looks wrong.
I feel like it's like dreadlocks, where you gotta know what you're doing with it.
Also, I'm pretty, and not to mention that a hairstyle like that only works on you if you yourself look good with it. And that's the problem. A lot of people think, oh, I can make any hairstyle work for me. No, you can't. You have to have some level of understanding that the hairstyle you've picked is not going to work with your body or your head. I believe there's teleport points in this. Oh, there'd have to be, considering the past two games.
Yes, there are.
Finding them's gonna be a bitch, though.
Are they the things on the red dots on the map?
No, those are the save points, and heal stations. Nothing up there, so I'm gonna go. Do I have to go back? Yeah, I'll go back a bit just to explore a bit more, and then I'll come back. And in the process, maybe get some souls I've missed. Oh, there we go. Got another soul.
As for harmony and dissonance.
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 You know, it wouldn't be a bad thing to bring back old hairstyles for games. Or for media in general. Nothing stops you from doing it.
Hey, variety is variety.
It's kind of the reason why a lot of people, when they make characters, they'd like to have more variety of just many different styles of hairstyles, not just ones that no one wants to look at. Oh yeah, it is. Look at Harry Potter collections out, Shane.
Was I thought about getting revenge on Lego Harry Potter 1 to 4 via the collection? But maybe if I get a key for it for a Humble Bundle or something.
I'd rather just...
From what I understand, it is just a PS4/Xbox version, but like on PC now.
I'd rather just have remakes of those games.
They really need it.
Yeah.
Cause like 1 to 4, well, both games were rushed out to meet Deathly Hallows. 1 to 4 was rushed out for Deathly Hallows Part 1. 5 to 7 was rushed out for Part 2. And you can really feel it in 1 to 4. Because it's very easy to get yourself into a soft lock.
Same with...
You can't get 100%.
Same with 5 to 8, or 5, yeah. Those games had some glitches, well, when I experienced them on Vita. I don't know how long it takes a zombie soul to drop, because I can go through this for ages and not get anything.
Yeah. It's weird. I love Aria for it, but like, it also makes replaying Aria really hard. At least for a save file.
Can you do a New Game Plus?
I don't remember. There might have been some cicadery for me as a kid back in the day.
Because I know if you want other things to do in these games, like Harmony, Dissonance, and Circle of the Moon, you wanted to play different playstyles or play as different characters, you have to beat the game once, or beat the game, and then you unlock like codes or whatever to play the game the next.
Aria Sorrow also had a very big ROM hacking scene back in the day.
I don't doubt it.
I think a lot of them did get ported over to this collection, but due to how old these games are, not all of them made it. Because, like, not all of the ROM hackers are around anymore.
Yeah, they've probably moved on with their lives.
Yeah, via moving on with your lives, or like, it's been enough time that some of them might have just flat out died.
Or they...
As morbid as that is to say.
Or they became game developers.
That too.
Ooh, ew.
They were full on moving on with their lives, wouldn't it?
Ew, rotten meat. Well, no, because becoming a game developer or moving on your lives is like two different paths. Either you continue your craft and that you like doing the ROM hacking and you decide to take it to further on, or you just chose a different path entirely.
Oh, I get what you mean now.
Or hell, some of them could still be in the ROM hacking community helping new generations of people with it. Come on, come at me! There you go. You did it first. Alright. Let's go up.
I opened Twitter for a second. I saw it's auspiciously Katie, Senwin's birthday today. Because I saw that for a account called Robbie Williams.
Oh, what?
It's just a handle.
No.
The actual Twitter is something different. But that was enough to just give me so many mental images.
I mean, I've seen shit like that before, and it's like, what the fuck?
Robbie Williams just comes out on stage with one of the darkies.
I
Let
love
me entertain you a very interesting song.
It's a song dedicated to Yumi. I wish more, like, people in the, like, celebrities and that would be more open about what they like. But I understand why they don't do that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, that being said, more recently, a lot of them have come out about what they like and shit like that. That's cool. But, yeah, it's something that's hard to do.
Like, I feel specifically the Samuel Jackson interview where, like, he admits to watching hentai was the thing that, like, set the foundations for it, but, like, it's still, like, a slow drip feed in.
Then again, that man was, like, 60 when he said that, so he was already pretty in his
Yes.
life to the point where he'd also made it, so didn't matter what he said, people would still like him for shit. Obviously, he knows what to specifically say that won't get him fucked over. Because he still needs...
Yeah, notice he said he watches hentai. He did not specify which
ones.
hentais.
Yeah. And he also laughed at it, so so some people could just take it as a joke, but he's like, nah, man, if you know me, you know what I'm like. I mean, I feel bad for Henry Cavill constantly getting fucked over with every role that he gets that is, like, very important to him. And he's just a big fucking nerd like a lot of us are.
Like, sometimes I see people try to paint him as, like, a fake geek, but it's like, at the same time, the guy can paint Warhammer minis, and he can paint them looking well.
Yeah.
Somebody who's faking can't do that.
He also built his own computer on his own.
Yeah.
Which I love watching that video. It's a great, yeah, it's very zen.
Also helps that he is a custodian's maid, and they are, like, elaborate armor. It's not like the orcs where, like, you can just paint them green and it'll be fine.
Ow. Come down here. I'm afraid if I don't remember going down there.
Kid, I got so angry at, like, the circling lion things in this segment. As a dog, I'm just like, hey, young me.
Just stab
just
him.
dodge them.
No, just stab him.
Not that too.
Like, die one shot.
Like, sometimes I'll playfully get on the little Hobbs case for, like, some of his troubles in video games, but it's like, I was there. I understand.
Dude, that's the thing when you play games as a child versus when you play them when you're older. Just depending on which games you play. That can also depend on, like, if you struggled with a game as a kid, you play as an adult, you're like, why did I struggle with this? It's ridiculous.
Yes. I talked about it on Jack too, but, like, there was a point in that game where, like, I threw a controller at a wall.
Oh, okay, so I can't do
Just
it.
out of sheer weight.
Oh, dude. I don't blame... Like, I don't throw controllers. My sister does. And then she asks, like, why is it broken? What do you fucking think?
Yep. Also part of why I don't throw controllers, because a DualShock 4 is expensive.
Mm-hmm. I think Uncle from SGB put it perfectly. When... Back in the day, it was like, whatever, but as controllers got more expensive, it's been easier not to throw them anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. Because nowadays, when you raise your controller up in a fit of rage, you raise it up, you go down, you say, $60. Or in this case,
what?
100.
80? Oh, it's 100.
I've seen how much a DualShock 5 controller or whatever, the PS5 thing one. It's $100.
Oh, fair.
90 or $100 for one of them. Okay, so I was going the right way. I just wasn't sure. Oh, but I did gain some more things, so I'm cool with that. So even though I did backtrack, we did earn some souls out of that, so I'll take it. That's a win-win in my book. Big.
Well, it's a double back to the Sky comparison. That's why I don't mind grading the Sky, because, like, even in little ways, it usually is beneficial.
Mm.
And also in this, like, even if you get lost aimlessly, you probably got some souls along the way. Granted, when you're repeating souls a lot, I don't think it's that great, because I don't think there's anything you can do with repeat souls in this game. Like, you're still getting things.
Yeah.
But as he is, and I am wrong, please remember 19-year-old memories.
Yeah. Again, playing the Castlevania games now, it's like the first time I'm playing this game. Especially, I've never played RSR. I've never played any of the Game Boy. Again, my first Castlevania, not Castlevania game was Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. And I loved everything about that game. And ever since then, I've been wanting to kind of tackle the older Castlevania games that I know I can play. Not games that are like so... No, fuck that. I think they did remake 1, 2, and 3 at one point. I feel like they might have.
I believe so.
So I might give those a try. I know Dracula X is the remake of Rondo of Blood. But fucking hell, that game is hard from what I've heard. So I might as well just play Rondo of Blood at that point. Nice if I meet my quota today, because I'm got 4 people watching me, and I'm so close. Thank you all.
To be honest, part of me will be annoyed given how long I've been trying, but like, ideally I want all my friends, including me, to get monetized, so
yeah,
just like one off the checklist.
That'd be nice. And you're close.
Yeah. Granted, not the Phasmophobia, the Borderlands 3 stream might hurt the average. It was just me for the entirety of it, but like, last I checked it was something like 2.6.
These zombies give nothing, I swear.
Or the cannon fodder.
I know, but it's more than like, I just want the damn soul.
I understand.
I'll take a level up, but I want the soul! Give me your undead soul. Again, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night does take a lot, obviously Igarashi game, so. But it does take the soul system, all that stuff, in account for Miriam in the game. So that when you are basically in familiar territory when you defeat each enemy. Getting your shards.
I really need to get off my ass when it comes to Bloodstained, because, like, everything I've heard about it tells me that, like, I'll enjoy the game.
It's good.
Or at least, like, the base game content. I hear some of the later DLCs are a little bit rough. But, like, almost because I know I'll enjoy it, I've been just putting it off.
Get down here. Ow. Jerk.
Cheers, how many Metroidvanias do I own?
I want that.
22.
Damn. They're not long.
And how many of that 22 have I played?
And how many do I need to pass?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play 5 of that 22. Okay. That's a lot better than I was expecting.
They're not long. Well, I say not long, but Metroidvanias, depending on the game, aren't very long games now. Then again, if you're going for...
It's why it's the one genre where, like, okay, speedrun modes, fair enough. Because a lot of them are designed for, like, you going fast.
Well, that and the fact, I think also the thing is that, yeah, while the main story isn't that long, or whatever main thing, they also put in extra modes and shit for the game as well to get the most out of your money. Especially if they let you play as alternate characters when you beat the game once. Bloodstained, obviously... I believe Igarashi stated that even though he's grateful for all, like, the people that help with Bloodstained, he's not going to make all those tier lists again for that shit for the next game. And it's like, I'm glad that he learns that, but at the same time, he's grateful for everything that's happened for it.
From what I understand, that's why some of the later DLCs got a little bit scuffed, because, like, even the devs wanted to just move on at that point.
Because the game's been out, what, since 2019? 2018?
Something like that.
I think it was 2019. Look it up. Look it up for me.
Well, I own Bloodstained, so I can just load it up. It was released in 18th July... Wait, July or June? 18th of June, 2019.
Ah, so the game is like nearly 6 years old.
Yep.
Oh, the pizza's here. Well, in that case, I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna go get my pizza.
Just delivered by the ghost that we did in Cats.
Fuck him.
Speaking of the Phasmophobia ghosts, looking at the Curse Possessions fee now. I believe that Summoning Circle was one of the cursed items. There's a music box that causes the ghost to sing. God, that sounds amazing, but it's probably not a word. A understandable song. Probably just like ghostly howls. The haunted mirror provides a view into the ghost room. Oh, could it be the mirror is doing that? Oh, I'm an idiot. God, if that was the cursed item, I'm an idiot. Origin board permits players to ask the ghost various questions. Oh, okay. So that's what's up with that. Summoning Circle teleports the ghost to the circle. Tarot cards provokes various ghost activities. Voodoo doll forces the ghost to perform interactions. And there's a monkey's paw. Grants the player various wishes to call upon. Okay. find an excuse to play some more Phasmophobia at some point. Because this sounds interesting. Different tiers of items. The rabbit hole has to go down at some point. Probably the best viewers. The best viewers. That's what it is. Oh, the green light thingy is supposed to, like, track those movements. Okay. Okay. Forgive me, I'm just going down rabbit holes right now. Like, what was the stuff we were doing? At the same time, it's just gonna be crashing constantly. I'm not really sure. how likely it is when you come back to Phasmophobia. So, you admit, I've been looking up the cursed objects just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
You remember that moment where I was talking to a mirror just as a joke?
Yeah.
That was apparently the cursed object.
Are you kidding me? That's actually makes sense.
It does. It's just that makes me feel stupid, but at the same time it's funny in that way. So that's a fucking Scooby-Doo joke.
Mm-hmm. Just quickly eating pizza and then we'll continue.
Fair enough. Apparently owns Phasmophobia.
Oh, Milky, you never cease to make me happy.
Oh, Milkers. Oba.
The best thing about her, it's pretty damn accurate to what she is in real life.
We're taking it off. I thought that, like, they would look completely different than, like, their models. But the ones we see have been pretty consistent there. And also how I feel about that.
It just happens to be that a lot of the VTubers tend to be fucking gorgeous bombshells behind the camera. Which makes me very curious to see what Zen looks like behind everything.
Yeah. It's almost like a bounty system, like people trying to find out, like, who the VTubers are behind the camera. And, like, I understand, especially with Zen, but, like, at the same time...
They prefer their privacy.
Yeah. And like with how schizo some people have gotten with who Zen is behind the camera, I feel that's for the best at this point, as he keeps as hidden as he can.
Mm-hmm. I love how she has more NSFW art than Melody does.
Which I don't understand that, but at the same time, Melody doesn't exactly hide it, does he?
Mm. Just because you can easily just go to her other site and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Just watch the yoga.
Is it just me? There's a random question in general, but like, you notice that while we have a lot of actors in that, female actors in Hollywood, and that, why is it we see more women with bigger breasts and other types of stuff than we do in the more normal media?
I feel like it's one of those things that reflects, like, who writes the more current media.
Hmm.
Like, you're not gonna see that Velma writer writing, well, anything good to begin with. But anything that isn't, like, bland but bitter.
I mean, I'd say in the last 10 years, there's been an increase in women with bigger busts over the place. I mean, Twitter constantly shows that.
Oh, yes.
But
I don't understand why so many women look at Dorky Dobby and think, I want to cosplay this.
who knows?
Like, I appreciate it, but it's like, alright.
Probably because it's popular, maybe.
I'm surprised at how popular that so got. Let's get into season 2 because of, like, how much merch it sells.
That's fair. Androgynous women seem to be the go-to for most. Yeah. Which is so weird. I think there's 2 women I know of in media that have pretty damn big racks. That is Kat Dennings and I forget her name, but she has these beautiful eyes. Fuck. Take a. I know what she was in, so it shouldn't be hard to find her. Alexandra Daddario. Her and Kat Dennings have an amazing rack. But they're both also really good actors or actresses. And it's one of those where you just think to yourself, yeah, they exist, but like, and obviously there are many women out there that have said big racks, but you don't see them as much as actors. And Spit might be right in the fact that they just prefer androgynous women who barely have anything. And if that's the case, that's super fucked up.
Was there a weird trend that I noticed, like, across the more modern media? Horsesuit theory is a very real thing. Like, we can go so far to just loop back into, like, discriminatory shit. Like, okay, at that point, say you do get what you want, well, what is the end result?
A loss in care, basically. Don't get me wrong. While the actress for Nami, Emily Rudd, in One Piece live action doesn't have massive...
I feel so sorry for Woman's actor, by the way.
Oh yeah, 'cause she keeps getting shat on by people who don't understand her or whatever.
Yes.
Or who she is. And it's just like, shut up.
Like, there was one guy, I think I posted the HFC channel, that called the actress a terrorist just for, like, her being Russian. It's like, well... she spent most of her life in Germany.
Yeah, but it's also the fact is, not all
She's Russian
Russian
by blood, but, like, that's it.
Not all Russians are terrible people. The ones that are causing the Russian problem are, unfortunately, the ones in charge. The Russian people aren't bad. And that's the case with, unfortunately, a lot of different things in countries.
Yep.
It's like, everyone thinks of America, they're like, oh, Americans are all idiots. But it's like, no, if you actually meet a good chunk of people from America, you realize, no, some of them are actually pretty decent people. It's just, unfortunately, the media that shows a lot of them is the one that people think of first, and that's why their opinion on them is always dirt. But you know, the actress for Nami, even though she doesn't have Emily Rudd doesn't have a big assets in her chest, she's a fantastic actress that understands Nami perfectly. But she also makes up for it in the fact that, well, even artists have made this, that while she doesn't have it up in the front, she has it in the behind. Alright, so let's continue exploring the study. Darga. Well, not to mention, Angelina Jolie had to get breast surgery because of cancer. So her tits went down as well. Oh, actually, now I just remembered another woman who has big breasts and is still fucking gorgeous. Salma Hayek. And she's considered a fantastic actress.
What is that name ring a bell?
Look her up, you'll know her. It's the thing is, there are these beautiful actresses that exist, but they're so rare. Or they're being pushed away from, like, most media, so you don't really see them as much as you'd think you would.
What was her last name again?
Hayek. Hayek.
Oh, there we go.
Bitch whacked me with a fucking broom! Ooh, a bastard sword.
Please tell I don't remember her from Grown Ups.
That was what she was in, but she's in much better stuff compared to that.
I guess he was in the Puss in Boots movies.
Yes, she's Kitty Softballs.
He played a role in the Eternals, but no one remembers that.
I do. She was in Wild Wild West.
Yes, he was.
She was in the recent Magic Mike.
It's not the Watch Dogs, and I've heard they're good.
Oh yeah, they're fun, and that's good enough for me. I watched the first one; it was alright. I love the behind-the-scenes stuff for it, though. That shit has me laughing. Also, do you remember the old? Like, I only recently thought about this because there was a Twitter post on it or YouTube post or whatever. But people brought up back in the years, but like years ago, they used to treat like people from South America or women from South America as ugly, disgusting creatures with the worst looking thing. But in more recent years, we've been getting a whole amount of no, actually, Brazilian women or South American women are fucking beautiful. Like, I guess that you know what it probably is. It's the fact that people aren't being stupid anymore, and people have actually been to those countries or from those countries and promoting their culture and that to the point where America can't like hide that shit anymore.
Well, I feel like it's always been a thing to a degree. Like, one of the Psychonauts teachers is Latin
American.
I know. I'm trying to remember like the actual state or part of the Latin American.
Just say
she's a beautiful lady.
I think at the end you just say Hispanic.
Hispanic, fair enough. There's also the mom in El Tigre. Like, it was a thing, it's just a more prevalent thing now.
Yeah, there was just unfortunately sometimes a lot of when they showed it, the women were looked at as like really gross looking for some reason. Maybe.
Also, there's like that Disney site that's got in trouble for being negative depiction of Latin America, so it is still around. But like, that's more of the exception than the rule nowadays, that so.
Yeah, if you go back like 10 plus years ago, you'll see a lot of it, and it's like, wow. Nowadays, you'll see it. You won't see it. You'll just see gorgeous fucking women all over the place. And I'm like, yeah. For some reason, South American genes are just built different for women, but for both men and women. Don't know why, but I'm thankful for it.
Okay, the lady in Psychonauts is called Mila Vodello. Does seem like she is for a country aside from just like vaguely Hispanic.
Yeah. Because obviously the main male teacher is Russian. I think he's Russian, or from like Eastern European. He's Eastern European. Oh, great, I'm cursed. No.
First can ask her how Mila's name is pronounced. She will tell him that when she first met Sasa, he mispronounced her name as Mia. Mia thought it was cute, so she kept it. Aww. That's adorable!
Well, she's normally a very positive person, but if you know her backstory, it's really sad.
Yes. Though it did lead to, like, one of my favorite stories of that game's development. Because, even to the testers, the rumor of her backstory was a secret. However, there was a glitch where the boundaries for the audio wasn't set incorrectly. So playtesters would start reporting, for some reason, in Mia's level, they would hear the screaming of children. And it was freaking them out. So, the people polling the QA team, I don't remember what the term is, they started reporting that, like, ultra confused, thinking the game was
bugged,
possessed or something. And the devs were like, oh, we know what's gone wrong here.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
Like, don't get me wrong. I feel sorry for the guys that, like, were legitimately freaked out by not knowing about that room.
Mm.
Because, like, it is a very freaky thing.
Yeah, I found it the first time when I first played it. I was like, what the fuck?
It's just like... That's one of those stories that's like... Things went wrong in a very unintended way that led to interesting outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
It also helps that, like, it's very easy to skip that room.
Yeah, because you don't know it's there unless you give it an actual look around.
Yeah.
And I definitely found it. Fuck you and your familiar.
See? Well, I'm on the page. Oh, Sass is apparently German.
Oh, he's German.
Okay, his last name is 9.
Yoko Belnades. Oh! A descendant of Cypher's people?
Okay, mint.
That's a good question. I think as long as I knew the layout, I think it'd be okay. Genya Arikado?
Sister of Sophia.
Wait, so the guy I met at the beginning was Alucard? Ah, I get it. Arikado. It's probably Alucard in Japanese. Odakira.
I was joking, just explain the plot.
Guess so.
Would you live in a house this layout was inspired by a Metroidvania game? Do I get the powers to navigate it?
As long as I understand where everything is, and I don't get lost, I think I'll be okay. Nope. That's a good question, actually. Thank you for the level up.
Thank you, got me on that one.
Well, a lot of the art style, I don't know when it started. Actually, you know what? I think Symphony of Night and onwards, we started getting defined artistic look at a lot of the characters in the series. The art style.
I know one of the big complaints with the next game is that they dropped the gothic art style for a more anime-esque one. Which it looks fine, but like, Castlevania for me will always be like gothic. It seems for me and a lot of people. Hi.
Look me in the eyes and tell me I'm pretty.
Okay, you're pretty.
Ah.
Haha. Hello, witch. Bye, witch. Did you ever grow up with the new worst, or the worst witch, or the new worst witch?
I did not, sadly.
Oh, that's all right. Whip sword. It's useless. Swear to God, everything. My fucking combat knife is the best weapon I have on hand right now. Everything else sucks. It was a good show. It was just about like just witches going to school and basically learning how to be witches. And obviously the main one that we watched was the one who was just a really bad witch. Or she was good, but she got into trouble a lot. What about Black Hole High?
Well,
It was a really fun, like science, like fringe science kind of show. Ooh, nice.
it's on TV, but like never gave it a proper watch.
It was good because it explained science in a way that that was a bit more extreme, but obviously was trying to be, you know, inform kids about how science works in very fringe ways. Science that couldn't be explained, basically, or made sense, but like it's more theoretical, but seeing in a more practical use. There's just also a big, like, whole, like, bigger conspiracy going on in the show as well. I mean, the first episode starts with the main character getting sucked through a wormhole in the school. I want that book. Dry ass throat. I'm drinking it. It's doing nothing. I wonder if the burr is the one that gives me the goddamn slide. Still with me?
Yeah, just trying to remember. Can I think anything mobility based? You do just gotta get through progress.
Yeah, that would actually make sense.
I'm still trying to remember like where that would be. Oh, maybe I'm about due to go through this game myself, but like so many good games.
Another boss fight. Oh, great. How do we deal with this problem?
I remember one game. He just aimed for the. Oh.
That seems to be working.
God. feet. Here's the feet.
Ow! Jerk.
Well, maybe he's not.
I didn't like that. I don't like getting hit there.
Aria of Sorrow. So like great armor. A great armor is first encountered in the study as against third boss. These enemies, much like the golems, are slow but pack a punch. They only have 2 attacks.
Ugh. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Doesn't say anything about like any particular tricks.
Nope.
So I think you just like go for the feet.
Defeat. No, he didn't like. He's too close now.
Battered. At least you're relatively safe over there. Back it up and back it forward.
You can't go anywhere.
At least you are still doing the odd damage. You don't have to refill your magic in any way.
Yeah, it refills on its own.
Yeah. You can tell by the way I do my walk.
I'm a woman's man. Not time for talk. I'm a dead and I was I can't move the other way. Swing my sword with my shield. I'm a big fat gray and I got this the way I walk in a woman's man. No time to talk. This is gonna be a long fight, guys. Sorry about that. I shouldn't have gotten too cocky.
When I'm reading the Phasmophobia wiki, really sometimes that breath ball thing does actually mean a ghost.
Yeah. It's meant to be indicative that there's a ghost near you because the temperature drops.
You know, like apparently sometimes he asks for like puffball.
Oh, well, like an actual like a spirit ball.
Yeah. So I guess that moment where like it didn't quite line up with either of us, that must have been the ghost.
Maybe. There we go. I win. Oh, hello there.
So I want to do it again. Which I will say, I've been looking at the comparisons between the Gothic art style and the anime art style.
Mm.
This guy looks very, very much the same. I imagine like flatter colors and you pretty much have it. But this guy is your weapon shop. You got stuff that you don't need, you can sell it to him for profit. If you have got the money for it, you can also buy stuff off him.
Jump again in midair. Oh, thank God. I can explore more of the castle.
But this is what I mean by like, do I get the powers to navigate the Metroidvania house?
Yeah. Because if you don't, then it's basically your own death chamber.
You need to buy a whole lot of ladders. If the ghost event target collides with the ghost or the airball, 10% of the sanity will be deducted. Oh, is that why I died the first one?
I thought you just got killed by the butcher.
I mean, I did.
Oh, well. Again, we showed off the game. We could do it again. I think it would be better if we had another person with us helping us out. Because right now we're blind idiots not knowing what the fuck to do.
Yes.
Again, Kai has more experience with it. He hasn't done it in a while, but he still has more experience than we do.
Kai is usually in bed by this time.
Yeah. I didn't, yeah. I just didn't have my sleep meds, so I wasn't able to sleep last night.
Was Kai streams for a living, quote unquote, right?
Mm-hmm. That's all he can do.
So he would be around as long as he's awake. At least in theory.
Mm. He was playing Sparking Zero tomorrow. He was gonna play a KH2 randomizer today, but that didn't work because the game decided to just go dirt and not load
But
anything.
he would enter a level more specifically.
Yeah. Something to do with a randomizer, I believe. Because I don't think
Yes.
the game would have done that. Give me... Thank you. Creates a revolving wall of flame.
Because from what I understand... Oh god. From what I understand... The case community is trying to port the randomizer to like the Steam versions, but it's not quite working for some reason. Couldn't tell you why.
Different code, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the student witch to give me the fucking soul. But this-
Chronologically, Hammer is the final merchant to appear in the Castlevania series.
Who?
The guy you're just talking to. The bald guy.
Oh. I forget what were the games that took place before Trevor? When were they made? If they were made at all, I don't remember. Because I know that there was many ancestors before Trevor. Ones that started off their entire beef with Dracula from the beginning.
Belmont Family Tree. This looks the most complete.
There we go. Lisa's a lethal cat that runs full speed at enemies.
So there's a man called Leon Belmont. Leon!
Leon!
Who sags an unknown woman. Apparently, 13 to 14 generations later, you get Trevor Belmont.
So that's a lot of time in between that we don't know about.
Who Trevor then sags a woman called
Cypher.
Cypher, sorry. To get a whole bunch of Belmonts.
Yep.
But the most important one to this is Frederick Belmont, who marries a woman called Janice, and has a son, whose son then creates Christopher Belmont, who then sags a woman called Cynthia to make a whole bunch of Belmonts. Goddamn. A person called Solel Belmont?
Soleil,
Solel?
maybe? Is it Soleil?
Yes.
Yeah, Soleil.
Who then has a son, who then has Simon Belmont.
Oh, that's interesting. Because I know Simon... Is Simon the father or the grandfather of Juiced? Because I know...
Grandfather.
Okay, because Richter is...
The
he's
grandson of Just.
Yeah, there's a lot of time in between all that.
I'm amazed there's still, like, large chunks of the Belmonts that are just, like, not...
Isn't Juiced, like, Igarashi's stand-in?
Looks like it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I don't know how many games he's in. I only played one with him, and that was Harmony Dissonance. Nope.
Billy's in the animated series.
What, Richter?
Just...
Animated. It's probably the more recent one. Because Trevor is like centuries before. When was the Industrial Revolution, Belmont? Oh, spit. Don't start with me.
Konami's better than they were like a decade ago, but like that's still not a high bar.
No, they're still kind of meh in quality.
Like, I've heard the Silent Hill remake is good.
Well,
Like,
it
ultimately,
wasn't made by Konami. That's why.
was made by Bloober Team, which is just as bad.
Well, it's
But like,
weird. I've seen some of their games that weren't that bad, actually.
but like, whenever I see like gameplay of Silent Hill 2's remake, it's like Resident Evil 4, but with Silent Hill 2. And I don't like that conceptually.
17th century.
Don't get me wrong.
Industrial
If the game is good, the game is good, but it's like, is it good because it's a good remake of Silent Hill 2? Or the good game with Silent Hill's... with Silent Hill 2 kind of paint?
Yeah, I need to play it for myself to figure it out.
17th century. You know what? Let's type that in and see if we can get who that is.
Because every time I think
17th century Belmont.
17th century, I think of like Bloodstained. And we got a heart pendant.
I made a Desmond Belmont, who, oh my god!
What? What? Explain. You can't just give me that
He's
reaction.
got Axel's hair.
Really?
Like, nowhere near as, like,
Crazy.
the more. Posted a link for Spit.
Damn.
He uses the vampire. Oh, he's from the phone game.
Oh. The one that Konami shut down that was actually pretty good. Or didn't leave Japan.
One that apparently released in 2007.
Oh, that was years ago.
Oh, this looks like a Java phone game.
Ugh. That's not good. Then it was not made for normal apps. It was made for, like, Java phones. Or, not Java phones,
I hope somebody has preserved this, but like...
Probably. Internet Archive, maybe. Ooh, gym clothes.
Sounds like because mobile game, or 2000s mobile game, there is not much of a actual story to Desmond. More of like a concept.
A hammer.
It's the darn same.
That's dumb.
I mean, a 2000 phone game.
Ooh. Now we have a hammer. Okay. Whack! 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 Yeah, most games, if you're looking for them, end up on the Internet Archive.
I hope I'm wrong about, like, the Internet Archive shutting down, like, eventually.
Well,
But I'm not gonna hold my breath for it. If it goes back up, like, I say loot it as much as you can.
yep. I swear the Wayback Machine's not even working correctly anymore. Or maybe I just don't know how to use it correctly. I don't know. One of the two. Yeah, okay, the hammer's good and powerful, but I hate the...
It's slow.
It's slow, yeah. Especially when you're trying to take on these bigger... or these enemies. You're gonna get hit. Oh! Throws katanas. That will be candy, actually.
Oh, it's cool.
Let's see. Oh, yes! Alright, so we're heading up. Ow. I hope I get something better. I don't like slow weapons. They make me feel like I'm putting myself at a bit of a disadvantage. Jumping while taking damage restores health. Interesting. Ow. Yeah, and unfortunately these winged soldiers basically continuously respawn. So... Ooh, thank you.
Oh, fucking white.
Hmm?
I'm just looking down the list of Balmonts. There's a segment on the wiki about, like, the Balmonts the Balmonts getting referenced in other media. It reminded me of Rosario Vampire, when the dude gets a whip. It is called the Balmont.
Well, obviously JoJo and Castlevania have a lot in common as well.
Mm.
Oh, found our light passage. Not using this yet. Ow. 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 Ow.
Radius Games, most specifically one on the 360, has got a playable Balmont heavily implied to be Julius' sister.
That'd be the first female Belmont?
No. First female belongs to the N64, I want to say.
Castlevania 64. Was that game any good?
Fuck, what was her name? I don't think it was.
I'm gonna go heal up.
Sonia Balmont?
Sonia?
Sonia Balmont, thank you. Oh, it's a Game Boy game, Castlevania Legends.
Oh, well, that game needs a remake, honestly.
As he was going to appear in Castlevania Resurrection, but Castlevania Resurrection got cancelled.
That was a dumb idea. I need more health potions. And a better weapon. Ugh. Up there. Oh no.
See how it conflicted with the main storyline, and aside from her getting pregnant with Alucard's child, I don't really see how it did.
Oh, so Alucard's now part of the Belmont family. Oh, actually, well, other way around. I always wondered if he would ever find love. I hope they weren't trying to set that up with Maria in Symphony. Because she was 17 in that game. Now, granted, European thing at the time, that would have been fine. But, ugh.
Also, if you're a vampire, at some point age just becomes a number.
But you also...
Not condoning it, but it's like...
No, but also the fact is, you want to at least wait for that person to be past 18.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, for you, like, you could be, like, hundreds of years old, but even you know that, no, I'm not going to be fucking a child. Doesn't help the
Why
fact.
was Castlevania Legends decanonized? Okay, apparently it was just because of that relationship.
Oh, really? Well,
Okay.
looks like we need a remake that does something better with that then. Because I want another female Belmont. Again, the whole thing of the Belmonts is that they have multiple children that go on to live. That, in a sense, Trevor and Sypha are what helped recreate the bloodline of Belmont, but also adding in the magic so that future generations would have more power when taking on mystical creatures. That's why Juice can actually...
Okay, somebody in this Reddit thread is also pointing out, if C has a kid with Alucard, every Belmont after that point becomes like half vampire.
Well, not even... they'd become a quarter. Like, quarter Dampier.
Yeah. Let's, in that regard, fair enough.
But you don't... But Dampiers don't need to drink human blood at all. In fact, they don't need blood at all. They can get it
Still
all.
a little bit weird.
They have more power, and they can live in the sunlight and actually just live normal lives. They can even eat normal food. They don't need blood to survive, which honestly, in a way, kind of makes them stronger than vampires. I know some people like to say that's wrong, but like when you think about it, you're eliminating your massive weaknesses, so you don't have to worry anymore about that. You become a lot more stronger, and you don't have that constant hunger for yourself anymore. Yeah, I think I've explored everything in this area.
Thinking about it, if you're a Game Boy game, you wouldn't have much room for plot, wouldn't you?
No, you'd only have enough room to put on the cartridge. Which is why a remake would be good. Or just a redo of that game. Okay.
Yeah, I see this Reddit thread is devolving into the arguments about is it sexist to decanonize the only female Belmont, which...
No, it's more like...
When there's a problem unrelated, fair enough to decanonize.
Just try again.
Like, I would presume, if Sonya sacked a person that was not Alucard, she probably would still be canon.
I mean, I don't mind the idea of Alucard becoming part of the Belmont family, considering he's already a friend to them. And I'd rather him not be alone. And who else better to be with him than someone who also understands him very well as well. I just think they need to rework it if they're going to do that again.
Yeah, just like rework it.
Just a bit of tweaking here and there, and you'll probably have a good story.
Like, if you can, just replace Alucard with, like, a original character. Easy as that. If the vampire part is a problem, then just don't make that original character a vampire.
Yeah, just make him a werewolf. Or a lycanthropy.
That-
Imagine, I mean, Bao will go nutty for it, but, like, I don't think it'll be that much of a problem. Also, I never understood why the first dub of Symphony of the Night gave Maria such a fucking sultry voice, older kind of voice for her. It's kind of what made people go, how old are you meant to be again? Because she just comes in, it's like, you're Alucard, aren't you? And I'm like, you're 17, right? Like she's like the equivalent of listening to Rouge the Bat. I'm like, uh-oh.
What the hell was to Dodge like? Not the ratings board because that didn't exist yet, but like something similar to that.
What do you mean?
And it like make people think that like a character's older than they actually are.
Ah.
Unless they get in trouble for it.
It's what unfortunately comes down to could also be the fact that they probably didn't know that either. Remember, Rondo of Blood didn't come out in the West originally for a long time. Even to this day, it's still a Japanese type or a PC Engine kind of game. So the creators, the voice actors for it, or the directors probably didn't know. And
there were companies like back in those days that were infamous for just not giving a fuck about the source material. Was it Majestic?
Sometimes. It's just funny to think, though, that Dracula in that was fucking Harry Mason from Silent Hill 1. Do you not understand what they did to your mother? Have at you!
Working Designs. Working Designs was infamous for just not giving a fuck about the games that they were translating. Even having some members of their localization team decide, no, I'm gonna make like radical changes to the game.
I'm gonna make it fit my views.
Quite often, yes. Quite often to make the game harder for reasons.
It's dumb. One of the things I'm glad the ratings board exists. I'm half okay with the ratings board existing, but I'm also like, sometimes I just wish they weren't so tight up their own asses. Because that's why we don't get certain games in the West, or they get censored for stupid reasons. Like we've brought up censorship before, and yes, I get it. Certain reasons for censorship need to exist. That's fine. But certain times it's just like, do you have to censor it? Like, I don't know. It just feels wrong because you specifically when it goes against the artist's vision. Don't do that. It's not your game. It's the artist's game. The creator's game, not yours.
Looking at double back. Looking at the game that I pulled out to like get their title, called like Mecha Fan, was Magic Knight Rayearth. And also that also has got an example like Working Designs deciding to change the game. Because they made every enemy in the game faster.
Oh, wow.
Like, attack faster.
I swear there's another game that had a stupid difficulty curve that came out years ago. And it was only the West version that was harder. Oh, it's a doll.
Oh, wow. Apparently Working Designs had a brand where, like, they would do, like, custom versions of arcade shoot-em-ups called the Spaz versions.
That's a terminology that doesn't get used nowadays for obvious reasons.
I think the previous one was used offensively even back then.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, the term for spaz, like I always assumed, is like you were just freaking out for no goddamn reason.
Yes, that's how I usually use it, and that's how I've known it for the longest time.
Yeah, like stop spazzing out. But unfortunately, it also can be indicative of the term spastic.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna. I mean, that word, yeah, unfortunately refers to. Well, I'm not gonna say it on stream, or I'm gonna get canceled. But you can probably put two and two together what that word refers to. And obviously, there's a reason we don't use the R word anymore. I mean, granted, whenever I thought it was being used, I thought it was meant to like describe a situation that was just so goddamn ridiculous, and the best way to describe it was that. But try telling that to people nowadays,
Yep.
because it's so unfortunately part of culture that was used to demean people who weren't normal, or normal, like people with mental illnesses, basically. Oh, good, I got this. Nice. Well, that's how I get my throwing axe.
Use it, but like I try to make sure it's like good use of it.
Yeah, again, I only use it to describe a situation that's just redonkulous.
Or like
Or if I'm
a very stupid mistake.
talking about a piece of science equipment. You know what I'm talking about.
There's a kick streamer that put up a bounty for people who streamed during the Florida hurricane. And then when people actually started doing that, they rescinded the bounty. I used it to describe that situation.
What was that meant to do? Like, to see if anyone was alive?
I don't know. The guy who put up that bounty is a few animals sort of a barn.
Oh. God, stop, jerk. Yeah!
Like, when I complain about stuff like views and that, he is the kind of guy that I'm referring to as like, your favorite YouTuber can work hard and sometimes just barely break even.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that guy is becoming a nuisance in a shopping mall and somehow getting millions of views.
I don't understand why people can do that and watch that shit. It's just, it's not entertaining. It's harassment. It's one of the reasons I can't watch prank videos unless like they're just meant to be like harmless fuck around pranks. Like one of my favorite videos or prank videos was watching a guy go to a beach and troll people with shampoo when they're washing their hair on the beach. It is so not it's not a like a terrible thing. It's just a nice fuck around kind of thing. But I don't understand people that can just go up and troll and destroy the fuck out of like old people as a joke. It's just like, stop that. They've already lived their life. You don't need to start fucking with them. It's like people basically grew up on Ashton Kutcher's Punk'd and thought, bet, nah, I'd win.
Which I mean, I did.
I grew
but
up
even
with a
then,
bit of
like,
it.
there's a line.
There is, yeah. By the way, don't ever do a thing where it's like, oh, you thought you were going to get a job? You just got punked. And I'm like, all right, you deserve death. It's like, no, don't ever fucking do that. Because you just probably ruined someone's entire life. Unless you were planning to give them a job on your show, you just pissed someone off for life.
It happened to a guy that I knew once. How do I phrase this without even giving like a vague hint? He wanted out of his old job, and he was putting in his CVs with lots of places. one of those places had members of the staff like congratulate him for getting a job. Turns out it was a different guy.
That's
Or it's like he learned it was a different guy after he'd already quit his job.
Ooh. That's fucked.
Yep.
Great way to piss, not even piss them, it just ruins their life because now they don't have any job. Granted,
Like,
I'm happy to be gone from my job. I don't care. I like doing this and I like my acting stuff. I'm happy. Because honestly, as I've brought up many times, I don't think I can't do hospitality. I can do retail without any problem. And I know some people are like, oh god, retail, no. But surprisingly, I really like doing retail. I know not everybody likes that, but I do. I can't get that.
you'd argue my laundry job is hospitality, and there are some days was like, I can't do this much longer.
Hospitality is just not my. It's not a lot of people's thing. It's like you can tell if you can do that shit or not, depending on how much you can put into your job or how much before you start just not liking what you're doing at all. And honestly, if I don't like something, I don't want to do it anymore.
I feel a large part of it for me is like whenever I try to fix something in the workplace, and it's just like this multi-month long endeavor. And like, say what you will at least about my channel, but like, if I want to fix something, it at least like eventually happens.
Ooh.
Like, after I said, okay, maybe I should get the chat on screen, it was what, 2 months? And that was like long, mostly because like I kept trying to fiddle with systems that I just did not understand.
I want to figure out how to put icons on screen, so we can have one person, like both like people, there as they're talking. It shows who's talking at what. But I don't know how.
Funny you mentioned that, because I tried to get that working for the Borderlands streams.
How did it go?
Awful.
Oof.
I could not get it to work.
Because I was on I started on a Minecraft server with a friend of mine, an old friend of mine, doing like Nightfall or something like that. Oh, nice. And I saw how she had her set up, and it was like all Discord icons all set up and talking at correct things. I'm like, I want to do that too. It would actually be very beneficial because it would actually show it, you know, adds more to the stream.
Which fortunately for me, Borderlands 3 will show an icon if Joe or Smash or Spit are talking. So it's not a major priority, but like eventually I would like to set up that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's on a list.
Like how you probably heard me talk about during the Phasmophobia stream, but like at some point I should just give it on the VTuber thing, just have my me show up like all the time.
Yeah.
Especially with that desk.
I want to design a quick...
but like...
I have a quick few ideas of designs I want to use. At the moment, I'm just going to go with something chibi related, just to have on the screen. Because it'll just at that point, it'll just be PNG tuber. Ooh, Lance. And depending on how that goes, I'll keep getting better until I can actually start affording an actual model that I can work with. I do also have a 3D model that I made in like a software that a lot of people use to begin with.
V-Wide Studio?
Yeah. And I might start using that. But the problem is I have my camera for it, but I also know that your phone is the better thing. But because I keep getting phone calls on that, I'm gonna have to wait till I get another phone so I can use my older phone for that stuff. In the dance hall.
Though, for me, it probably would be my Mii's whenever possible, though I would like to make the move, of course. Hi, Julius.
Hell yeah, Julius.
Like, to double back with, like, the last iteration before Soma, Julius was the Belmont that iteration, and it sounded like he did nothing but just kick ass for God knows how long, as Draken just threw everything at him.
Oh, Mr. J.
And it's amazing. Mr. J!
Mr. J! Yeah, Julius is an absolute badass. But we'll never see those events take place, unfortunately. But, again, that's...
So, like, our imagination is probably picturing something much more badass than, like, Konami would actually give us.
It's like the equivalent of... I think I brought this up before, but imagine the ideal... like a person or whatever that is like the ideal woman or man, and they look beautiful, but they look beautiful differently to every other person. So every viewpoint you see of them from any person is always different. But if you ever saw the real thing, it's like, but you never actually see what the person looks like, but you're just told they're beautiful, and when the character sees them, they're just like, oh my god. But if you ever saw the actual face, you'd probably be disappointed because it's not what you'd expect to be beautiful. So that's why, like, it's a similar thing to Julius. It's like, we'll never see that battle, but because of how awesome it sounded and all that shit, we can imagine in our head just thinking, holy fuck, yes. Very similar to that. That being said, I would like, maybe not... Was there ever a game featuring Julius as the main character? Or has he always just been a side character in Soma's stuff?
He's always been a side character to my knowledge.
Even just...
You can unlock Julius mode in this game, which is just Aria Sora but with Julius.
Hell yeah.
He still plays like a Belmont. It's just like...
You don't get the soul system?
Julius. To my knowledge, no.
At that point, it's just like you're just playing a basic Belmont, and it's like, I'd kind of prefer playing a Soma.
I mean, he's fun, but like, Soma's the star of the show.
Yep. Let's see.
Kirsten looked it up. Julius is playable in Aria Solo.
That's it.
I just reading Donosaur.
Oh yeah, that's the DS game, which I
I
have.
think doesn't look like Donosaur has Julius mode.
Huh.
Weird.
Well, I also
He's
have.
also in Harmony of Despair.
Oh, which is also a DS game.
It is a downloadable game for the 360/PS3.
Interesting.
Was that like episodic game? It was multiplayer focused.
Oh. Oh wait, I think I know what you're talking about. Maybe.
And as I discovered earlier, apparently one of the greatest games has got Julius' sister playable.
He has a sister? So there's another female Belmont.
Called Kokoro Belmont. I would assume she is as one of those things that, like, she's as canon as you want her to be, given she comes from Gradius, not Castlevania properly.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, she's neat.
Can I just say, quick thing about in regards to female characters in gaming. one of the things I like about, say, what's her name, in Bloodstained.
Miriam?
She is a character that can be whatever you want her to be, which I think should be the mainstay, not just for female characters, but for any character. If you're going to have a game where you are allowed to be, granted, that's not always the case. I get that, and I understand that. But I would like, if you're going to have a game dedicated to a character in a Metroidvania style, you should allow them to be any build they want, rather they be female or male, as if they're the main character, mind you. That being said, there are characters I feel that work best in one style. But you ever notice, I don't know if it's still the same thing, or if they've been... Okay, this is weird to word, so I'll try my best. Do you ever notice how in older games, females in games are always designed to be just magic users? But they weren't allowed, like, swords and shit? But in more recent shit, they've started allowing them to have swords, be more, like have more fight power and shit. And obviously, Miriam is an example of a character that is she is everything you want her to be, basically. Which makes her such a great character. I want
Some days I wonder, like, how true the female magic user is. Because on one hand, as far as I know, that dates back to the Princess of Moonbrook being, like, the prototype white maids for, like, the entire genre. At the same time, like, a couple years later, you would get Dragon Quest III, where it's like, you want a female with a sword of fighting on the front line? Well, there's the female warrior. There's the female monk.
Yeah. I think specific classes and shit like that, like those type of things that people think are just gender specific, shouldn't exist. Because it's like, I think anyone has the potential to be any class they want to be as long as they put the effort into it. And I want to see more of that in the future. Obviously, we kind of have been, and I'm happy for that. But there are times where they take that shit to a point where it's like, now they're just trying to fucking send a message, and it's like, stop doing that. Because now you're making it, no one wants to fucking be this anymore. No, it's not fun anymore. Can you stay still? Thank you.
Was I poked fun at Borderlands 3 a couple times on Wednesday about how it's more, you're doing that kind of thing just to, like, tick off boxes.
Yeah.
At the same time, I do like that the siren of that game is pretty much a JoJo character.
That's
But instead of being like the telekinetic antics of Lilith and Maya, see, her telekinesis is more this that punch things.
Oh, so yeah, stand. Or like
Yeah.
that guy from One Piece Odyssey.
Yeah, actually.
I'm not playing the Switch version, just so you know. I don't care if they give me Water 7 outfits. Fuck off. That should have been the base game.
Yeah.
That game was fun, but we're done with it. I need to heal.
Cause I've been reading the One Piece manga again, because my tabs are significantly cleaned up. I was tempted to play World Seeker.
It is...
Like, if I play World Seeker, I'll probably wait for, like, a decent sale.
World Seeker is more like an open world kind of game, which also kind of implements a bit of the, like, Batman, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City kind of things. I want that so bad.
I know what you meant, but I just had the mental image of Luffy just doing the Silent Predator missions.
I'm pretty sure he can do silent takedowns. Because he uses his observation hockey to see around him. Which is like detective mode. So you can see what's going on. But you also unlock more abilities the more along the game you go. So you eventually can also unlock his UFO ability, which I thought which is great for traversing. Honestly, decent game. I want to finish it, but I've never gotten around to it.
Oh yeah. If you want to know how far into One Piece I am now, the crew just finished Deal of Laboon.
Oh, wow. Nice. So now you're actually on the start of where season 2 for the live action is going to start up. Or well, once they do Logtown, obviously.
Which I know the whole thing of like 4Kids greatly overthinking like what is and is not filler, but I could not help but wonder like how the fuck somebody at 4Kids thought that arc was filler.
Yeah. Good job, moron. Well,
Like
that arc
the
also explains
guy that won the lighthouse, the flower guy,
Crocus, yeah.
took the time to like explain the grand line.
How the seas work, how you navigate the seas.
Yeah. And also, Miss Wednesday is very clearly Vivi.
Yeah. She's very strange, but that's because at the beginning. But that's because she's just trying to be a persona that she's come up with to, you know, blend in. By the way, the actress for Vivi, for the live action, I think she's great. I think she's gorgeous, and I think it works for Vivi. But also the fact that she sounds like she's got the acting chops to make it work. I know people were pissed because it's like, why'd you get two Indian actors to be Vivi and Cobra? Well, there's many reasons. First of all, and while the Alabasta takes inspiration from like Middle East stuff, it's not traditionally Middle East related. It could be many things. I'm gonna die if I don't get out of here. Fuck. Maybe there's a save point somewhere around here, please. Why'd I do that? Okay.
One Piece Vivi Netflix did.
Have you not seen what she looks like?
I see her, just get a name. Oh, fuck off. Kaifa Kandawan. I am so sorry if I butchered your name. What I'd like to see is, like,
Money.
on set, but, like... He's got the chops for it, he's got the chops for it.
Well, the guy's playing Cobra. If you see it, you've probably seen this guy before in other types of media. I think he was in Heroes.
Oh, you're hot. Then deal Wama. I am so sorry for butchering these names.
To be fair, there are names that you don't, that we're not used to saying.
Anyway, yes, he was indeed on Heroes.
I think he was the guy who was looking into the heroes, like learning about them and stuff like that. I forget if he had a power or not.
Lego Jurassic World, the Indominus is... What?
Oh, he's probably one of the people taking care of the Indominus Rex. Or the voices for it, anyway.
Simon Mesrani.
That was a bad idea. Rotten meat causes death. Oh, you again.
Anyway, his role on Heroes was Mohinder
Mohinda, yeah, I remember that.
S. Yeah, looks like he is just the guy that keeps track of all the superheroes.
Hmm.
As is Dr. Wamesy Wusar / Bloodwork. He plays Wazo Goal in Superhero Girls.
Really?
Wazo Goal.
Oh. I hate it. Why is it down there? I can't slide.
Okay, that's just Wazo Goal in. Fuck, what's her name? The Powerpuff Girls and the My Little Pony lead. Or lead artist.
Not sure. Oh, fuck.
In my defense, it's almost 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, we'll be, another 30 minutes and we'll call it. Jump, boy!
So I can just look up. Lord Frost, thank you.
Oh. There we go. Okay. Shit.
Here's Superhero Girls is a pretty good show, but like, I just never get round to it.
I don't know. I don't really know much. I know about the video game that came out for Switch a while back. Switch and
I think
PS.
that's okay.
Oh,
like,
those rocks
They
actually
must
hurt.
not good. But like, you kind of get what you paid for with like the licensed game.
Fuck. Yeah, but to be fair, there have been some fantastic licensed games.
Oh yes.
So that sucking.
Especially once we leave like the PS2 era, where like the city licensed games are mostly on the phones.
Oh yeah. Or shitty Flash games on PC. Looking at you,
Fair.
frozen dentist.
I hate thinking about it, but like I'm greatly curious what's gonna happen when the kids that were playing that game unwittingly have grown up. Cause like the kids that were watching Elsa Gate unwittingly, or Elsa Gate videos, they are the primary audience for Skibidi Toilet.
It's weird. When I first was watching this Skippy Toilet shit, I liked. It's okay. Is it weird to say? Early on, I thought it was kind of like an ongoing story that I was kind of interested in what the fuck was going on. And then I got to the point where I started realizing this is just brain rot, isn't it?
I believe myself to be too hard on Skibidi Toilet, because like I can think of old Sid Posty Gary's mod videos that like I still like to this day. Like there was one of Francis sneaking by some people with like ducks on his feet. Love that one even to this day.
Well, a lot of the old Gmod idiot box stuff I fucking adore.
Yeah.
Ow.
But like Skibidi Toilet, it's just not for me.
No, that's fine. It's just something that exists, and Sometimes you wonder if it should. Because, oh, nice. Because sometimes you're like, early on, like, as a quick thing or whatever, it's kind of fine, whatever, funny. But it gets horrifying the further in you go with that show, where shit starts getting creepy. Very, like, horror movie-esque. And I've watched about, like, 60 episodes of it.
With kids.
That's true. Which is why people are all about trying to make more skibbity, like some jackass pitched the idea for a skibbity toilet movie. And I'm like, no.
It was apparently caused all sorts of legal problems for the guy that makes skibbity toilets.
Well, yeah, because it's all SFM, like, Half-Life 2 characters.
Yes.
So you can't exactly do that. You'd have to use real people. And which would probably make it even more creepier.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'll probably watch that stupid, what's that thing? The, Steamboat Willie thing they're gonna do. Oh boy, best viewers!
Huh.
That took a while before we got another one.
The point where my god was completely down with that one.
I still love the one where got want to see me nude. That was a new one. Alright, we're good. Let's go and take on the boss.
I laugh about it, like, if I find out that, like, it legitimately caused an offense, then, like, I'll probably stop laughing about it. But that Denver Bunny lady that I waited a couple times, her getting one is, like, specifically targeted to her with, like, wanna see this streamer's nudes? That's so fucking funny to me.
Yeah. Welcome to the keg party. Oh,
Like,
God.
I was thinking about this story, it's like, even if the VTuber does do that kind of content, because I'm not going to say Denver does, because they probably don't.
I mean, I have...
If you don't see a moderator badge with that link, don't click it.
Yeah. That, and it's just like, I respect the hustle, because we all got to earn money somehow. And if you, and the, unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, the best way to earn money nowadays is porn and artwork. So it's like, just do what you gotta do, I guess. You gotta stay alive, you got bills to pay. Adulting is hard. And it's not fun. Unless you make it fun with NSFW stuff.
Like, is it possible? If I had the voice for it, would I do it? Probably, because it's just like animated PNGs.
Jesus Christ.
But like, who's the V2 with like the lady body, but like the very thick Boston accent?
Oh, Joel? Joel? No, wait, not Joel. Is it the Doll VTuber? Because that's Joel. But if you're thinking of a thick Boston accent... Oh! I know you're talking about the one that's like... like that?
Yes.
That's, fuck. I know, God, I cannot remember the name. And I really like them, too. But their entire purpose is to explain, like, the hentai stuff, but also, like, do a whole bunch of that, which is hilarious. And, like...
They get away with it just for, like... the audacity of it.
The best thing about the lore reason...
they're a very funny person.
And the lore reason for why she sounds like that, or he sounds like that for that character, is she took too many dicks at once, and it fucked up her vocal cords.
No, you gotta talk like this. And it's like, you know it's over, man.
And then they switch to a Japanese dub, which is just like koikatsu lines.
Yeah.
And I hate that I'm a big enough perv that I could recognize that. Tonkatsu Sinclair.
That's
you, Google.
Thank you, yeah. Hey! I'm gonna take my time with this. Because I hate this fucking hammer, but it's the only good weapon I got on me.
Who is Patient Zero for classy feet? I'm gonna have to track that video down at some point tomorrow. And the worst part is that like a 50-50 chance of like, am I gonna get a sit post answer to that question, or is it gonna get actual history on classy?
Hoping for both.
Or both.
There's also the porn clown, Shotzi the clown, which I think was I remember a reference to this years ago. I don't know if it was a real thing or not, but do you ever remember the YouTube group Reckless Tortuga?
Ah, that rings a bell.
Yeah.
Why does it ring a bell?
They used to make a whole bunch of fun like live action skits and shit. Of like, I think one of their big ones was the Angry Video Gamer or something like that, or the Call of Duty Gamer or some shit like that.
Oh, yep.
I remember watching that when I was a lot younger because I was into Call of Duty. Because what fucking child isn't at that point in their years? But the more I watched it, the more
it fed like Black Ops 2 for being like legitimately good game.
Yeah, and Black Ops 1. But like the longer I went on with it over time, the more I started going, no one's happy here. Everyone's an asshole, and I don't like this. Like, these people are just trying to help this person, and he doesn't want it, and he's just being a dickhead. And I'm like, I need to stop watching this. And I did. I just couldn't watch it anymore. It was becoming too much of a thing where it's the same thing with like Rick and Morty, where I just stopped. I liked it for a bit, and then it started just getting worse and worse, and I'm just like, I don't like this anymore. And I don't feel like constantly putting myself through it just to try and say, oh no, it's good, when it's not.
Recently, I've found myself occasionally wondering, like, should I revisit, like, the first 2 seasons of Rick and Morty and see if they held up?
Honestly, from what I remember, they are still pretty damn good. They're hilarious. And they're not trying
Yeah, I
to...
remember them being really good.
What are we getting?
I remember, like...
Oh, finally!
Oh, nice.
Slide with me. Just slide with
I
me.
remember the problem with Rick and Morty season 3 and up is that the new writers kind of didn't get the whole premise when it came to Rick. The fact that, like, when Rick is white, is on topics that, like, he shouldn't be white on.
That being said, I did hear that where
Hello? Hello? I'm still live, so hang on. I can't hear anything right now. Also, video just died on me. Can you hear me? Okay, so you can hear me. Stream can probably hear me, but I've lost video and I can't hear anything. Okay, there's that. Hang on a second. Why can't I hear anything?
Hang on. God damn.
Let's take the. Can I hear me?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh. Okay, so I just unplugged, replugged my headset. I'm going to quickly...
Hey, Lorna works.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm just going to unplug, replug my capture card.
So where were we on our tangent?
I don't know. And that didn't work either. That's weird. Hang on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Why are you not working? Alright, one sec, guys. I'm just going to switch capture cards. I hope my thing didn't die. It is warm, though, but that shouldn't be the problem. Because it's still connecting.
Yeah. I'll admit, I'm just browsing Twitter while I wait. Well, for some reason, the quote-unquote of the mother in coffin of Annie and Lele. Which I mean, the mum is crazy, just like her daughter, but she is hot, just like her daughter.
Oops. That's very racist, Mr. Castle. Fuck you. Jerk. Alright. There we go. Oh, it's just the capture card. All good, folks?
So where were we on our Rick and Morty tangent?
Where were we? Oh, there was a recent episode of Rick and Morty. I say recent. It was a while back, but I haven't watched it. I just saw the clips for it. Where, I guess, Jerry was all like to Rick, can you make me a bit smarter or something like that? I was like, or if you don't understand like the whole thing of like being me or what you or blah blah blah. But the whole thing where basically Rick gives Jerry like basically they swap intelligences. Minds, not like a body swap, more like a whole mind swap kind of thing of switching intelligence. And by doing that, Jerry, once he understands everything about what Rick constantly sees, he went straight for a fucking gun to blow his brains out.
Sounds right.
And Jerry was like, no! Oh, no. Rick was like, no. And then Rick was trying to figure out what to do, and he couldn't, and he's like, kind of hurt himself in the process. But then they redid the experiment, and they actually shared intelligence instead of just giving one to the other. And by doing that, Jerry became a lot smarter and more confident in himself, and Rick became a little bit less intelligent but more happy with his life. And honestly, they actually became good friends throughout the entire episode. I was like, I kind of want to see more of that.
But obviously
Would
we
be
won't.
nice, to be honest.
Unfortunately, we'll never get that. I hope my capture card isn't broken. Wait, I was trying to save when I came in here. My bad. But no, it's like, and not to mention once Jerry, or no, I keep saying things. Once Rick figured out who Rick Prime, or not Rick Prime, the evil Rick was, and he killed him, he basically became a shell of a former self and was just like, now I got nothing to live for. Which evil Morty stated to him would happen. And it did.
Oh, right, that was a plot line.
Yeah, no. It's weird. I would like to do a multi-dimensional show, but mine wasn't gonna be in the terms of oh it's all fucking like, you know, stupid Rick and Morty shit. It was more actual fun adventures and constant plot stories and joining a crew, like more people joining the crew and all that as time went on. I still want to do it, but I don't know. I just don't have the time or thing for it. It'll probably just end up being something that just exists on the side for me. Because exploring dimensions has always been interesting to me. Or different universes. No, dimensions, yeah. Different universes is the correct terminology. Everyone gets that confused that, it's a different dimension. No. Dimension equals first, second, third, fourth, fifth dimension of dimensional space. Universes are a completely new world from another timeline or another, thing. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand that.
There's an idea I had, chatting to mates about hentai, about, an orc that gets inspired by Fred Flintstone to just lead, happy family life.
Mm-hmm.
That's an idea that, I want to play with at some point, and I can never get off my ass to actually play with it. The idea was him about to do hentai orc things. So, and then just encountering, some scene of Fred interacting with Pebbles and just being like, hey, fuck, why don't I have this? And then, hard cut to him having that. This is day-to-day life.
Reminds me of, that meme of, bitch, I don't want to be horny anymore. I just want to be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
It was yeah. Which is funny, because the orcs in the dungeon, something dungeon show are, kind of like that. You know, food in dungeon? Or,
Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah, Delicious Dungeon. Orcs are kind of just like that, where they just exist in the dungeon to live, and they have family life. But I think that comes around from, learning more about them, and obviously, obviously they're a bit more, easy to anger, that, because they're protective of territory. But if you give it time, trade, and all that and shit, you actually learn about them. They're not actually bad people, they're just protective.
The latest Lord of the Rings are Wings of Power. They try to do a similar thing, but it doesn't work there.
No,
because the opposite was already established.
Yeah, because orcs are established already in that universe. You can't just go about changing it now.
Whereas Dungeon Messy didn't have to deal with that. It had to
Create.
Entirely new rules with new rules, so who cares?
Can I just say I'm glad that Trigger is animating a season 2 for this show, and they're not just giving up on it like they do with most of their... Because you know why that is? Because this Delicious in Dungeon is already a manga, so they're adapting it to an anime.
And it's also already finished.
Yeah, so that's why they can work on that. And we already got a confirmed season 2, so I'm very happy about that.
Famously, the mangaka always had demands for an anime adaptation, but their rule was no anime until the manga is finished.
Smart choice.
And well, here we are.
Now we have one of the best studios working on it.
Like, all the executives / anime studios that offered beforehand, they were white. Listen Dungeon, immediate hit. It's just like, now it's a complete manga, there's gotta be like no filler issues and stuff like that.
They could just do each episode showing off another dish and all that, and getting further down the dungeon. Ow.
Like, there are some stories that, like, I kind of wish they just waited.
Soul Eater comes to mind.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Full Metal Alchemist got a second chance. I don't care what anyone says. I
Think
prefer
of other ones.
Brotherhood. Just has a much better ending. It's a happier ending, and it honestly it just works better. You know?
Like, my mic is going to, like, Monster Musume, and, like, Monster Musume, there's desire for wanting this. There's a desire to make a season 2. It's just like the animation studio is busy.
Yeah, which will probably end up with another studio taking it on.
And also, my mind goes to a manga called Killing Bites, but like, the one season that got is also the best part of the manga, from what I understand. And what I've seen. Like, there was a spin-off starring the Rabbit Girl. And like, it started really fun and just started developing the same issues. Of like,
Yes!
we gotta be as sadistic as we can. It's like,
It's like by whose standards though? It's like why would no? It doesn't make any sense. Fucking couples. How dare you be happy?
if second arc had a really good moment of that when part of the new protagonist party has what I can only describe as a PTSD episode. Ends up killing them. But like, there's that one moment, and then like all that entire protagonist is one of just kind of naff.
Ooh.
Which have since added a third protagonist, but it's like, I just cannot be fucked.
Well, the problem is with certain series is that, unfortunately, even if they try to inject life into something that's already sucking, if it already has a whole bunch of bullshit with it, what's gonna make you want to give a fuck to get to that point?
Exactly.
That's the problem with Rick and Morty. Back to that again, is that I don't care if the series starts getting good again after like 5 more seasons. That means I have to go through 5 more seasons of bullshit to get to that point. I just don't give a fuck. There's a point where you just have to look at the mirror, look at the thing and say, enough is enough. I've never had to do that with House, though, but that's just because I've just enjoyed House so much.
I don't think when was the last time I did that for something. There's not my usual low-hanging fruit. I will be fair tonight. But like, the poster child for this is Final Fantasy 13.
Ugh. Yeah.
But, like, it gets good when you get to Cocoon.
We get 30
Or
hours
Grand
in.
Pulse. I always forget.
Yeah,
Yeah, something like that.
I was like, no, because that means you have to go through 30 hours for it to get good. And it's like, if that's the case, then the game sucks. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Like, I always concede to people, when it opens up, it does actually start getting, like, a decent game. It's just like, by that point, the game's almost over as well.
Yeah, and that's not a good sign.
Don't know if it's just tiredness or this being, like, general thickness, but, like, there's something just, like, on the tip of my tongue. But I did supposedly get good, and I just never bothered. There was one other example. Star Trek Picard. Season 3 is pretty good, from what I understand. Season 1 and 2 are awful.
Oh, good. You can actually choose where you want to go. You don't have to keep
So I
going.
do hear Season 3 did, like, really pick up in ratings because it's considered really good.
Mm. But it's like, if there was a drop in quality, that's never a good sign. And then it sucks more if it takes so long to get to the next drop. It's kind of like the Doctor Who series as well. Because I don't, again, I've said this many times on stream or in general, but I don't blame Jodie Whittaker for the drop in quality of the previous Doctor season.
She's a good actress.
I blame the showrunners and the writers for that shit. Because I think she herself is a decent doctor. It's just she's given such shit to work with that it's like, and also a whole bunch of retcons to the Doctor's story, which I think gets even retconned
The
again.
Timeless Children being the worst of it.
Yeah, and I believe that shit gets re-retconned back to being like not correct at all. I think at least that's what I want to believe, but I'm probably wrong.
Timeless Children's retcon is still standing. I believe there's some more minor things that have been retconned since though.
It was the whole thing was like, oh, like fucking the Doctor is not Gallifreyan to begin with. I'm like, what? And apparently the Doctor was always female, and I'm like, no, that's not how that works. No.
So, with the Timeless Children, we do have like a retcon of like the Doctor way back in the beginning, where they just kind of wander in through a tear in the universe. Probably for checkbox reasons, I'm sad to say. The Doctor that walks through that hole is a small black woman. Or small black
What?
child.
You know what they could have done for that? It could have been a reference to River's song.
Yeah.
Because she was a black child as one of her reincarnations. Or her regenerations.
And like, the tragedy of like that entire period of Doctor Who is one of the like alternative other incarnations that we don't really know much about was a black woman. I don't remember the name of that black woman, but like she was an awesome doctor. But because Timeless Children is such a mess that has just dropped so much Molotov cocktails, we will probably never get like a one with that particular actress.
The best way to get through all that and to just restart is to say it was the Dream Master or something like that, the Dream Doctor or whatever the fuck was. And just
This
say,
is what a lot of people thought was gonna happen.
I would have preferred that. Makes more sense. It's a good way to write yourself out of a fuck up.
And like,
I've heard the new Doctor is really good though.
yes.
Oh, shop guy.
Problem is, Russell T. Davis, is that his name? Is more concerned with winning internet fights than like writing Doctor Who.
Well, for the female Doctor, it took like it got so bad that they had to bring back the older writers just to fix shit.
Yep. And said all the writers are more concerned with the internet fights.
Which is stupid.
And it's unfair to the current Doctor, because, like, he's kind of just getting discarded like that Toy Story meme just to earn brownie points on the internet.
Because he's actually a really good doctor, which I've heard about, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's good.
Like, the entire franchise's future is uncertain just because, like, it got mishandled with both the 13th and the 15th.
13 was,
Jody.
yeah.
14th is Tenant again, who is still around, he's just, like, on vacation. Just in case the 15th doesn't work out. Which...
Again, you can always bring back fucking Matt, if you want.
Heard Matt doesn't want to.
Or you can bring back some of the older doctors that were referenced to possibly be showing up again at times. In the fucking 50th anniversary movie. But whatever. What can I sell? I'm gonna have 3 of those.
Just hand him 3 swords.
I have 3 of these. I've got 9 of these. You can have 8 of them. 4 of these.
Was
Yeah.
to continue with the Doctor kind of a little bit more, I would really like to just peek into a universe where, like, the 15th Doctor got, like, full confidence. Same with the 13th, like, Jodie with some good scripts could have been an amazing Doctor.
Yeah.
But because of all this nonsense, both are just gonna be remembered negatively.
Technically, Jodie is the 14th. 13th is Capaldi because the War Doctor.
Or
Because he even states it in the 50th anniversary. No. Oh, God. All 12 of them. No, sir. All 13! And you get Capaldi's eyebrows. Can I just say, I adore Capaldi. I think he was fantastic as a doctor. Like,
I've been meaning to revisit him because, like, I remember being bored of, like, his Doctor, but N. Tom says his one was really good. So at some point I should revisit him just to see,
he
like,
starts
was there
as...
something that I missed the first time round?
He starts as one of the
It was
darkest...
just like,
Nah, keep going.
which might be what turned me off.
Yeah, he starts as one of the darkest doctors, but he eventually becomes the rock star doctor. Because he fucking loves playing his goddamn guitar as he comes in on a car. Like, I'm like, yes! He's beautiful. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't work that way. Alright, let's just keep going right for now. Actually, we're at the 3-hour mark. The 3:09, actually. You thinking about calling it for tonight?
That'd be nice.
I'll head to the save room then. We'll continue this on Tuesday, actually. I think we found our game to use until, even if we started a bit late, but whatever. I
did wonder that when you were getting pizza. Like, what were you gonna do if, like, Phasmophobia was still classing on Tuesday?
Yeah, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna keep doing that while I'm playing games. It's just, no, it's not worth playing at this point.
At some point, I want to play with Heartsy now that I have it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Because, like, Heartsy's always fun. Thank you, by the way, yeah.
I want to play, Escape Room at some point. With people,
Cause like, I'll probably uninstall Phasmophobia and download Lego Jurassic Park with it. With the space.
Alrighty, folks. I think that'll do it
Which
for
does
today.
reminds me, have I talked on your channel how annoyed I am that 2 people, including you, guessed the next game correctly?
Did I?
Yeah, you guessed Jurassic Park and A guy in my check will never Thunder also guessed Jurassic Park.
I mean,
It's like, I know we're running out of games, but like, 2 people guessing that correctly.
it's unfortunately going to be bound to happen.
Yes.
All right, though. With that being said, though, folks, we come to an end of a kind of early, kind of fuck up game thing to an actually more fun time. Yeah. So thank you all for tuning in and watching me and Shane, even though we fucked with Phasmophobia. We're gonna.
Which Phasmophobia was fun. It's just like crashing problems gonna crash.
Yeah, and I'm not happy about that. And I honestly, if we return to Phasmophobia, which I want to have a couple more people who, or at least one poor person who knows what to do, and another person just to just to round out the 4 people.
Cause like me fucking around was fun, but like that was full sit post.
Yeah. And I want it to not be crashing on me next time, because I don't know why it kept doing that. But yeah, we'll be back with more Aria of Sorrow on Tuesday. Because honestly, at this point, I'm just gonna play this game. This game's fun, and I want to finish it. And that being said, I do plan to do one more game possibly, because I don't think this game will take long to finish, especially at this rate we're going. I know I've asked Shane about what game I want to do. I'm tossing up between one or the other, and I'm gonna flip a coin at this point. But either or will be a fun experience. I feel one will be a fun experience because it's just gonna be hilarious. The other will be a really fun playthrough on just the whole setting behind it. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and we'll be back Tuesday. Also, check out Shane tomorrow because he's gonna be doing more Skyrim and
No, I'm not.
no
I did stream earlier.
okay.
Also, I had to uninstall it to make space for Borderlands 3, which... Oh, I really do live that meme. I really am feeling that meme of like, Western Dev has been here. How can you tell? 200 gigabytes.
And the problem is that shit is leaking as well, which is just like the stupid Call of Duty problem.
Wait, what?
Oh, it's probably like the stupid Call of Duty problem where they don't.
Oh.
It leaks gigs out, so it takes up more space than it should.
I thought you were saying Borderlands 3 had a memory leak problem or something. It's like, oh fuck.
No. I don't think so anyway. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and we'll be back Tuesday. Have a good one, everybody.